Every day is not the same for me, but the only thing that stays consistent is me and that word. I read my Bible and I pray. I frequently find myself sitting in silence after prayer because it's something that my mind, my body, and definitely my soul needs. I suffer from chronic pain, severe anxiety, depression, and migraines. Any peace that I can get, I will take gladly. I'm a mom, I'm a business owner, I take care of my family, and I'm a homeowner. So most of the times it feels like I just can't stop. I have to keep moving because if I don't move, I start thinking, how will I finish everything I want to finish in a day? How do you live with chronic pain? How do you move through the pain? How do you survive through the pain? These are questions I ask myself on a daily basis. I have so many things to do in a day, and most of the times I do get everything done, and other times it's on to the next day. But how do you live with that pain constantly, without any break, without any time to rest, without a lazy day, a lazy moment? How do you keep moving when you suffer from chronic pain? I feel like if you're type A, or you're a mom, or you're a business owner, or all of the above, you have no choice. You have to get up. You have things to do. I know that's my favorite thing to say. I have things to do, and I really do. I don't have a Instagram or TikTok lifestyle. It is all real. Pain and all. Migraines and all. When I'm suffering from a migraine for 4 days, I can't even open my eyes. The light is too bright. The sounds of birds chirping is too loud. Everything bothers me. I'm pretty sure I don't eat for 4 days. That's how bad my migraines are. For my back pain, I go to see the VA and my doctors at TRICARE 4 times a week. Yeah. And let me not get on my medications. But I keep going, I keep persevering, and I keep pushing. I told y'all in the first video that my goal for this year, my biggest goal for this year, is to make $1 million on my business. And I'm standing on it. So yes, I have late nights and I have early mornings. That's just my life right now. And I can't even complain or stress because I am still blessed. I'm still doing what I love, and I know it'll get better. So now that we got that covered regarding why I'm delayed at times, and that's just mainly because my back hurts. And I'm talking about intense pain hurt. Maybe on most days I have a migraine, but I still show up. It's just not the way most people do. And that's okay. I'm still learning after all these years of therapy. I'm learning grace. I'm learning to truly give myself grace because no one gets it right. No one is perfect all day, every day. That's so unrealistic. And like I said, I don't got a TikTok life. I don't got an Instagram life. I'm not an influencer. But I am trying to be as real and authentic with you guys as possible because life happens and things happens. It's just how you move forward and grow into that. Like today, I was not in the mood. I was tired. My body ached. I was hungry, but not really. But then I realized my goals, and not just me making $1 million. It's making sure my business is on the map. I've worked so hard for Alexia Skin, and I have a little boy that is constantly on my YouTube watching me saying, oh, my mommy's a YouTuber. That is my motivation. That is my drive. I have a little sister that counts on me. That's my motivation. That's my drive. I was raised by a single mom, and now she's a doctor. That's my motivation. That's my drive. So just watch while I overcome. And I hope this video gives you an outburst of motivation so you can thrive and motivate each other, like a domino effect. My business is not just a business, and I want you to see that as well. It's more of a lifestyle. I want my business, Alexia Skin, to be more so off you being authentically you based on the principles and the morals and values of Alexia Skin. From every ingredient of love and care to the hard work that I put in formulating every single product is me showcasing my purpose. Not just my talent, not just my mindset, not just my vision, but my actual purpose. And it's servitude. And if you're not committed to your business and to yourself, I think you need to reevaluate on why you want to be a business owner. You need to figure out what your why is, what your purpose is, and then go from there. Because I'll give you a little story. My business almost got closed. And I mean, I was adamant. Because after these whole tariff situation, half of my vendors either increased their prices or they closed. And I was in hot water. And it was a stressful period for me because I worked so hard when it came to my business. And now I felt like nothing was going right. So I literally one night just got up and said, no, I'm not quitting yet. I know I can make this business something great. So I got on my book, I got on my laptop and my iPad and my iPhone and went to work. I didn't know what I was doing. I was lost. I had to start things all over again. I had to bring out the Excel sheets and start from scratch. And here we are right now. It was months and months of research that got me to this place at this moment. And I'm not even near where I want to be. People start seeing you on social media and automatically thinks you have it all together. I'm telling you and I'm confirming, PETA don't have it all together. I am barely holding on by a string. But am I going to quit? No. Am I going to stay down? Absolutely not. I've came way too far to quit now. And that's not even just with my business. I'm talking about my whole life. I am nowhere near where I want to be, but I know I'm farther from where I was before. It truly started off with me just wanting to make a simple product for my son. And then later it turned into this being a safe space for me for taking care of my depression and anxiety. But now Alexia Skin has truly turned into a legacy, an empire. And I'm not quitting. I'm not stopping. It's something that I've always wanted. And here we are. If you're thinking about starting something new, the fear is going to eat you the hell up. But you are way bigger than fear. You're mightier than your fears. And if I can start a YouTube channel, which I don't like my voice already, so this is definitely me treading water. But I'm not going to quit and I'm not going to stop because I have a goal and I have a mission to be in every home in America and out of the country. I know I have big girl goals. They're huge, but they're not impossible. So again, if you are trying to start something new, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's a business, going back to school, or wanting to be a mom, or you're about to get married, whatever the case may be, congratulations. And I'm rooting for you because you can do it. I know I had a whole rant about positivity and motivation and mental health because that's so vital to me, but I wanted to get back to the video. So, I'm making a large batch. I'm making almost 3,000 grams of body butter. Of course, they're going to be split 7 different ways because I have 7 cents of my body butter on my website. Currently not because it's sold out. But I do large batches when I have to restock a good amount. And all my body butters needs to be restocked. Our key ingredients to start off with or with body butter is shea butter, cocoa butter, coconut oil. We have apricot oil, almond oil, sunflower oil. Then we begin to add some jojoba oil or jojoba oil, however you pronounce it. We have vitamin E oil, and I use an emulsifying wax to just get that wonderful, fluffy, conditioning feel to the body butter. Now, after melting everything, just the butters and the emulsifying wax, I like to get a temp at 122, 120-ish, just a cooling temp before I add the oils because my vitamin E oil needs to be in my cool down temp. Now this part, it's about 170, 175, so I just let it sit and get busy with doing something else like cleaning. As my liquid body butter is cooling down, I have time to clean, to sanitize my area, to put things away that I'm not using so I can prep for the next step. Since I have the desired low temp that I need for the body butter, I start adding my body oils. And the reason why you do not add your oils to your butters at a high temp is that you're going to burn off all the benefits. Start lowering your temperatures when you're doing this heating method. I know some people, they somehow whip the hard butters. I'm not that advanced. I'll stick with the basics. 122 to 120 is my sweet spot when it comes to melting butters and making sure I do not burn off the benefits of the butters and the oils. I mix and incorporate to make sure everything is blended well. And this is a perfect time to add any additives that you'd want. I know for my oatmeal and oat milk and honey soap, I would add a small amount of honey into this body butter. And if you're adding additives such as honey, you definitely will need a preservative. And vitamin E oil is not a preservative. You need something else. And here's a pro tip. Honey does not naturally blend well with butters and oils. It is a water soluble, so 2 things. 1, I add the honey in a very cool down stage. So when my butters and oils like this is in a liquid stage, that's the perfect time I add my honey. And since honey is a water soluble, I add a preservative. I add the preservative technically when it's at a cooler stage, when it's almost to a solid form, but not quite. Because then it can be whipped accordingly and properly into your body butter. If you're skeptical with raw honey, honey powder or a additive called honey quat, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, is also a great alternative, and the benefits are wonderful as well. But I like to use natural honey I get from my local beekeeper. I also get natural goat's milk and cow milk from my local farmers around the area here in Maryland for my soaps as well. So just food for thought. If you are looking into making and formulating some natural skincare products, you have so many things around you. For example, at my local apothecary, they're phenomenal when it comes to herbs and tinctures, things like that. And I'm learning each day how great nature is. And as you could tell, that plastic wrap was an epic fail. And I was sick and done. And the second attempt didn't make it better anyway. So I resorted to something different. You guessed it, aluminum foil will never disappoint you. Because I'm not sure why I thought I was bougie enough to handle saran wrap, but we got that figured out and switched. In 24 hours, it will solidify and we can start the whipping phase. Now, it was 13 whopping degrees in my studio and I was absolutely freezing. I wanted to finish working. By this time, actually, it was 12 a.m. I wanted to finish working on my sugar scrubs restock and my body oil restock, but it was way too cold for my liking. I was freezing and my heater decided that it will not work anymore. Completely dead. So now I have to figure out how to heat this studio in the wintertime because 13 degrees is absolutely vile and disrespectful. So I had to get out of there ASAP. But you will see me for the next steps in whipping this body butter to perfection. So have a beautiful night and I'll see you soon.